KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus. Cars Plus Finish Line Express is now open at Cars Plus in Mighty. The state-of-the-art car wash is now open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime. A tragic end to a more than 30-hour rescue mission. A hiker who went missing over the weekend is located. His body found less than a mile from the hiking trail.
Plus, the Guam Department of Education remains tight-lipped after one of their teachers is accused of molesting students on the campus. Authorities say this wasn't the first time allegations surfaced against that educator.
The USS Nimitz has made its second port call of 2023 right here on Guam amid the growing tensions in China. I'm Jonagan Charfris on the flight deck, reporting to you on what their role is in the conflict and what they'll be doing here at Guam Island.
Good good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thank you so much for starting your week here with us. We begin with a heartbreaking update to the search for a missing hiker. Volunteers involved in the search party found the body of the man who did not return following a hike at the Sella Bay Trail late Saturday afternoon. It was about 8:41 this morning. The missing hiker's body was located about a half mile off the hiking trail, according to the Guam Department spokesperson, Nick Garrido.
The 49-year-old man was identified by family members as Chris Zink. Authorities say he was visiting the island. Zink went hiking Saturday and last called his wife around 4 that afternoon that day, letting her know he was on his way out, but he never made it out to the trailhead. Both local and military officials were involved in trying to locate Zink.
To the family, though it was an unfortunate situation, we hope that finding the hiker would bring some closure to the family. And for the reminder, just, as it is when we're doing any type of outdoor or recreational activity, whether it's hiking or swimming or anything, we just want to make sure that we have them adhere to the weather reports sent out by the National Weather Service along with Guam Homeland and Office of Civil Defense. But also a buddy system is definitely something that we try to push, to have a partner when going out into these types of environments.
Our condolences to his family. The Guam Police Department is investigating.
Such a sad end to that rescue mission. GFD also thanks GPD, the U.S. Navy Helicopter Sea Combat Squadron 25, the U.S. Coast Guard, the Guam National Guard Lakota, Guam Homeland Security Office of Civil Defense, Drone Optics, and other volunteers for their efforts over the past couple of days.
Well, a local teacher is in hot water after not one but 4 children alleged he followed them into the school bathroom and molested them.
The teacher is 39-year-old Miles Washington. He is being held on a $50,000 cash bill. The Guam Department of Education confirms he will be pulled from the school site whenever he is released from prison.
A parent's worst nightmare. 3 students just this year alleged a teacher at their elementary school sexually abused them on the campus. The investigation revealing a 4th student made similar allegations against the same teacher about 5 years ago. Now 39-year-old Miles Regis Washington is charged with 2 counts, each of 1st and 2nd degree criminal sexual conduct. Washington has been working for the school system since 2009. According to the latest Guam Department of Education staffing pattern, he was assigned to Upi Elementary School in Jigo. Washington appeared in the Superior Court before a magistrate judge on Saturday. Court documents state that between January and February of this year, Washington followed 3 students into the school bathroom and molested them. Their parents speaking with officers from the Guam Police Department last Thursday. That's when investigators learned of a fourth alleged incident, the student then accusing Washington of the same crime in 2018. Guam DOE Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz confirming the 2018 incident was reported to the Guam police, adding Washington was removed from the school whenever the investigation was ongoing. Cruz declined to discuss the outcome of that investigation, only saying she was not serving as the department's deputy superintendent at the time and is unaware. For now, education officials remain tight-lipped about the allegations, but did confirm Monday afternoon that Washington is not at the school site and will be detailed to the Tizen Central Office if he gets out of prison.
A shocking warning circulating today after students at a local middle school experienced a sudden illness. The message making its rounds today claiming 2 students at Onsalon Middle School were experiencing disorientation, vomiting, and seizures after they had apparently ingested gummies. The message, which Guam Police and the Guam Department of Education have not yet been able to authenticate, also state the gummies contain the drug fentanyl.
Guam DOE today only confirms 2 students were sick and their parents and medics were called to the Barrigada campus. No word on other conditions. Multiple concerns sparked by the message led to officers with GPD's Juvenile Investigation Section to go to the school to investigate. No word yet if other schools on island have come across similar investigations.
Well, the threat at a local middle school has led to an arrest. Parents and guardians receiving the swift message alert that states the individual who made a threat at Onsalon Middle School safety has impacted the safety of the school, has been taken into custody. No details on the arrest, however, were released to the public, but it led to the Guam Department of Education lifting the no bag policy at the Barrigada campus. It was a precautionary measure implemented Friday after the school was alerted to a threatening message circulating on social media.
A 17-year-old boy was taken into custody in connection to an incident at Southern High School that's forced the campus into lockdown Friday morning. The teen is being held at the Department of Youth Affairs, facing charges of terroristic conduct, terrorizing, and destruction of evidence. Officers responded to the Santa Rita school after authorities received a report that a student had a gun. Authorities searched the campus but found no gun. The school was placed on lockdown for about 45 minutes before the all-clear was given. Dozens turned out to support the governor's proposal for a 22% across-the-board pay hike for general pay plan employees.
Those testifying say it's long overdue and is badly needed just to keep up with inflation. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Officials say general pay plan workers haven't had a pay raise since 2014. The administration department did a review of some 203 positions and compared them to similar jobs in Middle America. DOA Director Ed Byrne says GovGuam workers are making 40% less.
There are those who say now is not the right time. There is never a right time. There is a time when the fiscal position supports it, and that is now.
Many employees testified about how much they could use the extra money in this time of ever-rising prices. Kenneth Bautista works for GCC.
People are saying when? I mean, this is not the time. When is the time? When we cannot afford our power bills? We cannot afford our mortgage? We cannot afford food? I don't know. When? When is it?
Robert Alexander works for the Agriculture Department. He and his wife actually work 2 jobs each just to make ends meet and don't receive any public welfare.
Inflation is just, it's really taking its toll. My entire pay goes all to bills. My government pay. My other pay, I'm able to just buy food. I'd like you to think of the ramifications if there is no pay raise. A lot of people will leave. People are leaving. They've been leaving. I will leave if I have to. I'm willing to leave because I want to raise strong children.
Chamorro Affairs President Melvin Wonpat Borja.
As many have pointed out, these pay increases are not going to drastically increase the average line worker's biweekly paycheck, but the principle of the matter is clear. We either value our people or we don't. If we value them, then we must pay them what they're worth.
But Minority Leader Frank Blas points out that lost in the discussion is the private sector, where many employees lost their jobs in the pandemic and the aftermath.
It's the private sector, it's the businesses that run companies that pay the taxes to pay for government services. Because government doesn't make money, it spends it. That's the other thing that we need to be able to take care of. Okay? So when we try to balance this, we've got to look at the needs of the community as a whole.
Chief Justice Robert Torres also testified, calling for pay parity for judiciary branch employees. Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.
Thanks, Ness. Well, the USS Nimitz and ships from their carrier strike group make their second port call of 2023, having been deployed for about 3 months now and coming from the port of Singapore.
Our news director, Jonah Gincharfris, had the opportunity to go aboard the aircraft carrier when it docked Sunday morning in Apra Harbor. Here's more.
In the first 3 months of deployment, the USS Nimitz has traveled over 30,000 miles, and within that time, they conducted over 5,600 launch recoveries of aircraft. According to Commanding Officer Craig Sokola, the overall mission in the whole time has been a presence operation in enabling the freedom of seas. For Rear Admiral Christopher Sweeney, commander for Carrier Strike Group 11, it's his 12th time on island. He says while on Guam, it will allow the over 5,000 sailors and crew members to rest, relax, and regain their readiness. The visit to Guam comes on the heels of growing tensions in China, and it begs the question if their arrival here has anything to do with the close encounters between U.S. and Chinese forces.
This isn't a new thing for us to sail in the Indo-Pacific region or the Western Pacific. We've been sailing here for 75 years. We've been interacting with our allies and partners and the PLA and forces, whether that's in the air, on the sea, or during our operations. We continue to do that in accordance with international law, and we will continue to do that.
Recently, the USS Nimitz was in the spotlight when CBS Evening News did a special report aboard the carrier in the Western Pacific Ocean. When asked if Sweeney felt a sense of pressure or pride with all eyes on the carrier.
First of all, overwhelming sense of pride. The amount of, in the entire team here, and it's not about me, it's really about this captain, his sailors, his 5,000 sailors on this ship, the air wing, the ships that support us, the submarines that support us. And I'm just honored to lead this group of sailors. I've been in the Navy 32 years, and I've waited for 32 years to show off my sailors. And one thing I said to my wife when I left was that I was going to make sure that I brought each and every one of them home safely, and so that's always paramount on our minds. And regardless of what the media is reporting, how we're sailing or operating in the Indo-Pacific region, it's really about our sailors, taking care of them and getting them home safely.
And with the increasing conflicts, how does he keep the sailors focused on the mission at hand?
We're well trained when we leave the U.S. The nation and the Navy pours a lot of resources into us to make sure we're trained and that we can operate safely. We spend a lot of time just talking to them about, the strategic objectives of our nation and what the policymakers are saying back in D.C. and how that relates each and every day to what they're doing on that flight deck up there.
And before we departed the USS Nimitz, we were given a tour. Every flight of stairs climbed and every door opened in the over 1,000-foot long and 252-foot wide carrier proved difficult for us to maneuver around, and even in one instance, getting lost. But the sailors made it look easy, quickly moving up and down the stairs swiftly. The USS Nimitz is massive. It's 244 feet high, which is as tall as a 23-story building. When we got on the flight deck, being surrounded by the fleet of aircraft, it makes you realize just how mission-ready they are. Closing out the tour was a view from the navigation deck. Looking down at all the aircraft and sailors still hard at work was such a sight to see. Sweeney hoping through stories such as this that people will embrace all the sailors do.
It's a fabulous way to show off what our sailors do each and every day and how it matters.
Jonah Gincharfris, KUAM News.
A congressional hearing on the volatile issue of weapons shipment to Taiwan could be held on Guam. In an interview on CBS Face the Nation Sunday, the chairman of the new House Select Committee on China, Congressman Mike Gallagher, says he wants to lead another bipartisan trip to Taipei to help resolve the $19 billion backlog in weapons delivery.
If we want to prevent another collapse of deterrence across the Taiwan Strait, then we should be working to give Taiwan the resources and asymmetric weapons they need to defend themselves. Technically, you can't do a field hearing in a foreign country. So, I've been to Taiwan. I think it's valuable for members to go there. I'm hoping to bring a bipartisan group at the appropriate time, and perhaps we could do a field hearing in Guam on the way back.
Gallagher led a 5-member congressional delegation on an unannounced 4-day visit to Taiwan last week. They met with top officials to discuss how to enhance security and economic cooperation amid growing tensions with Beijing. And before we head into the break, social media was all the buzz after Team KUAM took the win during the most highly anticipated matchup of the second leg of the International Basketball Federation, or FIBA, Asia Cup pre-qualifiers.
Yeah, the team was before a packed UG Arena in Mongolia. KUAM finishing the FIBA Asia Cup pre-qualifiers undefeated and will advance. Great job there, champs. Our partners with Clutch KUAM will have the highlights coming up in KUAM Sports. And we're going to take that quick break, but we have more news in a moment.
Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. If you feel it, come around with round. Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. Everybody feel it, come around with everybody in the pump. 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 Everybody round.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cashless drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, insert credit card, or show your EverWash app and roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus in Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
21's MVP. Nobody like me. Blessings. All come from life lessons. Wanna know what's next? Keep guessing. Go time, no time for questions. Throw chakra on, show off. Stepping out slow mo. You can see the glow up light. I'm supernova. You know I'm coming for ya.
Welcome back to Prime Time. Well, a somber and quiet mood inside Our Lady of Peace and Safe Journey Church in Chalampago over the weekend. Loved ones saying their last goodbyes to murder victim Jason Quintanilla Suiko during his funeral held Saturday. His family telling KUAM they want to keep his memory alive. Suiko, a retired Guam National Guard soldier, was buried at the Veterans Cemetery in Piri.
Authorities are still searching for his killer. It was last month Suiko's body was found badly decomposed in a jungle area along Route 15 in Jigo. He died from blunt force trauma. Police Chief Stephen Ignacio told KUAM the homicide investigation is back on. It was paused for a couple of weeks as detectives had to focus on the recent rash of armed robberies. Still, investigators need your help. Anyone with information can call police at 671-475-8615-7.
A conflict wall has been put up to deal with all cases previously handled by now Attorney General Douglas Moylan. The issue discussed at length during a recent hearing for murder defendant Jeremy Alvarez. Alvarez charged in the 2020 deadly bludgeoning of 77-year-old Suncha Park Allen. Prosecuting attorney Basil O'Malley questioning defense and the court about the conflict.
So ultimately,
we feel secure. We feel secure that our files are secure. We do have the file room, and well, a lot of times this particular file I keep in my office anyway.
Okay.
And some of the other files I do was at one time involved in, they keep their files, but we always keep them in a secure place.
Who has the ultimate decision-making authority or determination on these cases that were previously used? Yeah. I'm assuming he has, for all cases out of the AG's office, this list of cases, for which he was either assigned counsel or for which he had an interest in, it wouldn't be him, of course, making any decisions regarding them. Am I correct?
That's correct.
The issue forcing further delay in Alvarez's case. Alvarez has since rejected a plea offer, and defense previously told the court they would request a dismissal for failure to prosecute. While Japan says treated nuclear wastewater that is planned to release into the Pacific Ocean this year will be safe.
While that promise eased some regional leaders' worry over its harm to the lifeblood to our islands, others say the reassurance is not enough. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia reports.
The dumping of over 1 million tons of toxic waste into the water is just outrageous. And so, I'm really grateful that the Pacific Islands Forum has initiated dialogue with Japan and came to the agreement to delay the dumping.
The damage of a Fukushima nuclear power plant as a result of a 2011 earthquake and tsunami still felt today. While regional talks have created some assurance for politicians, community leaders are not so convinced to trust the process. Babauta, a former Sinamay House lawmaker, introduced a resolution in 2021 condemning Japan's decision to dump.
I have a lot more questions around how long the delay will be and who will be on the independent panel to ensure that it is safe, that it's safe for the Pacific.
The International Atomic Energy Agency reviewed the plans related to the Advanced Liquid Processing System, which treats the water before it's stored in tanks, which are now reaching capacity. In September, the Federated States of Micronesia President David Panuelo voiced strong opposition.
I cannot allow for the destruction of our ocean resources that support the livelihood of our people.
But after meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan this month, Panuelo says our country is no longer fearful or concerned about this issue, as I relayed at the United Nations General Assembly, and now has a deep trust in Japan's intentions and technological capabilities in not harming our shared oceanic assets and resources. The new date for the release is not yet known. Robert Celestial with the Pacific Association for Radiation Survivors says local government needs to prepare.
My main concern is that do we have monitoring systems out there in the ocean or on land that can detect air particles or ionizing radiation going through a water current? That's what I'm concerned, is that it should have been in place years ago.
Celestial says we just need to look at history to know what will happen.
We already have felt the brunt of the original spill. It's just that are they reporting it to the people? Have they done monitoring systems? And are they reporting it? Is EPA or the military or our government releasing these facts?
Tomas Manglotnia, KUAM News, Saipan.
The CNMI Senate begins the process to confirm Governor Arnold Palacios' cabinet appointees. The first public hearing by the Senate Committee on Executive Appointments and Government Investigations is set for March 1st. Senate President Edith De Leon Guerrero telling KUAM, "I have faith that the committee will conduct their utmost due diligence review on each nominee to include questions that may or may not be comfortable, but must be asked in the best interest of the CNMI and its people."
According to the NMI legislature's calendar, Department of Community of Cultural Affairs Secretary Mary Sablan and Department of Lands and Natural Resources Secretary Sylvan Igisomar are first and will be followed by Corrections Commissioner Anthony Torres and Labor Secretary Layla Staffler on March 8th. The Senate now controlled by an independent Democrat majority after the November election.
The U.S. Coast Guard conducting pollution response training on Rota recently. The Coast Guard testing local response capabilities to meet national standards. Authorities responding with an actual contaminant and exclusion boom, which is used to control the spread of oil and other pollutants. The Rota team passing the test, which will occur in another 3 years. According to the Coast Guard, they deployed 200 feet of boom with the Department of Public Safety boat at the West Harbor. Petty Officer 2nd Class Thomas Dunning said in a statement, "This exercise allowed U.S. allowed us to see if it was a realistic way to contain a potential discharge at the port. In a real scenario, we know DPS could reliably assist with early stages of response.
It's a step forward for those needing affordable housing. Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, the newest low-cost housing project, Summer Vista 1, is in the works at NCS in Dededo. A groundbreaking ceremony recently held. GUR Executive Director Elizabeth Napoli sharing there will be 96 units available through the low-income housing tax credits program.
Whether it's for rehabilitation or new construction, it's a step forward. It will help, but there's still so much more housing that needs to be built to meet the demands. There's more demand than there is supply. Our housing stock on Guam, as well as actually nationwide, is really in a crisis mode.
She adds while 1,800 residents were selected to be in the Section 8 lottery waitlist last December, many are still without affordable housing as it takes GUR 2 years to go through the list vetting of the families.
We still have many who continue to remain on the wait list because we can only house them as a voucher becomes available and as the housing becomes available, affordable housing becomes available. So we still have a long way to go.
A long way to go, but progress for families needing affordable housing.
Well, have you gotten your hands on a box of Girl Scout cookies?
We sure did. We saw some boxes going around the newsroom. And you can get your hands on the delicious treats right now. KUAM was at the Guam Premier Outlet Saturday, where Troop 217 was back to selling at their in-person booth.
We get a lot more contact with the customer because I know last year we had a shield and we had to go through different protocols as well.
The money from the cookie sales will be used to fund activities such as educational trips for the Girl Scouts. You can still get your fill of cookies. Just check out Guam Girl Scouts on Facebook for their next round of cookie booth dates. All right, and now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured from the flight deck of the USS Nimitz inside Abra Harbor.
Tuesday's weather, partly sunny skies, scattered showers.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Welcome to KUAM Sports. Time to check out your world of sports from our partners at Clutch Guam.
Here's the final score.
Guam with some momentum. They said, let's try and get a run going. Away with the rebound.
As long as everybody give their all, we play hard, we know what we can do as a team, we're good.
Guam off to the races. Cruz slices it. Ross will take it. Transition. The pass ahead. Galloway. Plus one to Wesley. Spins away from his man. And Guam with some momentum. Nice Galloway. Watch it. What a move. Now to Wesley. Wesley kicks it. Cruz is going to take the three. And he makes it. Now to Wesley. Wesley kicks it. He's fouled and he makes it. Galloway. Plus one. Gets all the way to the inside. But the reject the screen. Kicks it. Cruz slices it. And he makes it. And Guam with some momentum. They said, let's try and get a run going. Big round of applause for them. Great opportunity for these one team playing at this level. Applause for them.
Guys, I feel like we got better every quarter. We did. We fixed mistakes, and now let's just keep bringing this tournament one step higher every game. All right?
Clutch Guam will have another round of the final score this Wednesday right here on KUAM Sports.
And congratulations, guys. We wrap the show with birthday shoutouts coming up next.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Now time for your birthday wishes.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutouts submitted on KUAM.com.
All right, hey everybody, I'm back, and happy birthday on February 27th, a Monday this year. Really excited to say happy birthday to Lorraine Hernandez and to our mom. Love you and all that you do for us. Cheers with the kissy emoji to many more years. Happy birthday, Miss Lorraine. Happy birthday to our 21 and legal son, Jacob Wolford. We are immensely blessed and you do us proud. Dina Sablan Hubbard, happy birthday to you. Love, hugs, and kisses on your special day. Wishing you a safe, blessed birthday coming from the entire family. James Lujan, happy birthday to you, good sir. Cheers to celebrating another year of blessings. Happy birthday, and we love you. All right, belated birthday wishes. There are many, so here we go. Sharon Biduare, love at the Tatuha Hula Fitness, and Happy Hula Hikers Club. Your mom and your family wishes you the very best. Keani Joy Cabrera Hernandez, happy birthday number 4 to our princess. We love and miss you from Glama, Oompa, Nino Matt, and Uncle Bones. Joey Cabrera, happy birthday number 26, Joey, and enjoy your special day. Your favorite cousin Lori and your Cabrera family are wishing you the very best. Happy birthday, Joey. Carter J. Camacho Pablo, happy birthday, son, from your father and the Pablo family. Hey, I'm related to Camacho, so hey, happy birthday, primo. Leanne Martinez Schaefer, Biba cumpleaños. May your day continue to make you shine just like everything about you. You make your mom so very proud of you. You are a very, very strong person. Everybody in the family wishes you the best. Arthur Adelby, happy birthday, son, and many blessings and love from your family. And Landon Rye, love, mommy, daddy Nate, and sissy Roxy wish you the very best. Woo! Out of breath, but man, not out of love for all these amazing Guamanians whose birthday was today or belated. We wish all of you the very best.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Stay safe and have a great night.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Oh, hi. Yes, it's me. And now I know what you're thinking, man, just when the show started getting really, really cool, they bring the old guy back. But man, everybody needs a vacation. Everybody needs to like relax and chill for a little bit. And thank you everybody out there, Guam and everybody worldwide, for letting me do that. Had a great time, got to relax. I watched all 5 Rocky movies on Netflix back to back to back to back. So I am a happy camper. I could quote Rocky 2 like until the end of time, but we got a show to do and I missed you guys. So this is the Hotspot. I'm Jason Salas. We are KUAM. We're coming to you on YouTube and Facebook. Let's do this.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
Okay, everybody, in very short order, the Tumon Bay Music Festival will be kicking off, and we'll check in with our Destiny Cruz, who's over at Untalan Middle School, or Untalan Middle School, depending on how you pronounce it, with all the details. Also, the UMS Band is going to treat us to a very special performance, so we got some music for you coming up. In News Bites, we're going to take a look at what is happening around the island, and it was great weather when I was on vacation. It rained maybe twice, but we'll tell Landon why, and more importantly, what is coming up for this week. Well, we are starting off with sports. Man, this is a welcome treat for me to come back. We're starting off with sports, and we have really great news because our Guam men's national basketball team, there they are right now. Ernest Ross, look at that, pulling up for a 3 as we defeated Malaysia. Look at that, Ernest, he played for Auburn. Amazing, amazing talent. These guys are representing 671. They wear our colors not only on their jerseys, but on their heart. They moved on to round 3 of the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup pre-quals. They went undefeated at 3-0. They defeated Thailand, Malaysia, and Mongolia. That is the big shot that Ernest Ross hit there. A corner 3, 13 seconds left to go. Ty Wesley stole the ball, passed it off to Ernest Ross, and as you saw there, led our team to an undefeated victory. Congratulations to our boys and our good buddy, Coach E.J. Calvo, and the entire team for representing Guam. We are going to have more tonight on that. All right, News Bites now. Apparently some other things happened when I was gone, so let's get you up to speed on what is going on. UOG's alumni fly for their jobs at an altitude of tens of thousands of feet. There they are, Tritons. As pilots in the U.S. Air Force, they share the skies, familial ties as cousins, and a history of having earned degrees both at the University of Guam in the same year. Now, these are Captain Celestino Uggan, otherwise known as Torch, because if you watched Maverick Top Gun, you know that all aviators, of course, have a call sign. So that is Torch on the left. He flies an F-15 Eagle, while his cousin, Captain Dustin Alger, otherwise known as Quinn, flies a KC-135 Stratotanker. Now, that is the one, right, Mike? That's the one that refuels the jets, right? Yes, there you go. Really, really hard to do. So congratulations and thank you for your service to both Torch and Quinn. They are both stationed in Okinawa. The cousins were on island for Cope North, the military exercise, which if you live up north like me, you probably heard each and every day. And we thank everybody in our armed forces for their service to our country. All right, For the Love of Guam is the name of the next exhibit that's going to happen at the Lees Regis Art Gallery from our friend Dawn Lees Regis. It features a local couple expressing their love for Guam. Olivia Newman is a self-educated painter and is exhibited with the gallery multiple times. She works in acrylics, watercolor, and oils, and is the president of OBRA, an art group. John E. Souther is a photographer and enjoys photographing land and seascapes. And Lord knows there are a lot of those to go around here. So, I mean, it is impossible to take a bad picture on Guam. We have so much wonderful natural beauty here and the splendor, but go see these amazing, talented artists and their professionals and see what they have. That's in Tumon, of course, at the Hotel Join Us. All right, back to the University of Guam. 3 faculty members contributed to a 2-volume publication by the prestigious Cambridge University. Oh, Cambridge, excuse me. Very nice. Cambridge University Press published the Cambridge History of the Pacific Ocean, a comprehensive survey of the history of that large body of water. It represents a history of the Pacific, an area making up about 1/3 of the Earth's surface, the largest ocean on Guam, or largest ocean in the world, of course. From initial human colonization to the present day, more than 80 people contributed to the publication's 64 chapters. Dr. Ann Perez-Hattori, Master Navigator Larry Regatal, and Emeritus Professor Chris Loban, who a 19-year-old Jason Salas took his class in environmental biology over at UOG. So shout out to Dr. Chris Loban. He had a great, great class. He had the best field trips. So, Joan, did you take that class? Joan also went to UOG. Yeah, outstanding. Dr. Chris Loban, great guy. All right. And finally, Atkins, Kroll, and Morco, 2 companies that are friends of ours and are happy to announce their sponsorship. So we have some corporate responsibility on exhibit here on the show. They made donations to the Guam Triathlon Federation's 2023 National Triathlon Championship, and we thank them for their service and their support of amazing contributions right here on Guam. Man, positive show. Really, really good. Now let's stay with the positivity theme right now, because the Tumon Bay Music Festival kicks off this week, a celebration of all genres of music, all different types, from people of all different ages. They contribute, they play, they celebrate, and they bring that to you. Joining me now by way of the KUAM News Zoom room is our own Destiny Cruz from our news team, and she has the very latest, and she is joined with Program Director Joanne Metanani. She is over in Barragata at Untalan Middle School. Hi, Des.
Hafaday, we're coming to you live from Ontalan Middle School in Barragata, and we're here with the Ontalan Middle School Band just ahead of the Tumon Bay Music Festival. So we are joined today with a very special guest. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello, I'm Jonathan Fliss, and I'm the percussionist in the Ontalan Middle School Band.
Awesome. So off camera, we were talking about his preparation and the band's preparation for the music festival coming up. And because you play the percussions, can you tell me a little bit about your preparation? How much work went into preparing for the festival?
Quite a bit of work, since we have like around 7 songs. So around each day we practice about 4 songs. Sometimes we interchange them, so we practice every one. So far, I'd say the one that we sound best at is probably around Wipeout or Star Wars.
Right, and you were saying that Wipeout is one of your favorite pop songs to play.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing the drums?
Quite a few years. Since in elementary, after school, I would go to like drum set practices, and then to this year, so I'd say probably around 2-3 years.
Wow, and this is your very first time performing with the band, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel? Are you nervous? Are you excited, or a mixture?
Yeah, quite a mixture of both, where I'm kind of nervous, but I'm also excited to play and just meet other.
Awesome. Well, band, I want to hear from you guys too. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys excited? Yes. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm so excited to hear your performance, but before we get to that, I want to talk to the managing director of the festival, Miss Joanne Mantanani. Hello.
Hello.
Come on in. Yeah, let's get a hand for Caesar. Okay, so you are the managing director for the festival. I just wanted to ask you first and foremost, because this is the first time since 2020 that the festival is being held. So I guess what's different about this year coming out of the pandemic?
Oh my goodness, this year we are premiering our Tumon Bay Festival Orchestra. So we used to just have bands and choirs for festival ensembles. This is where we invite all the different schools and soloists to participate in a collaborative effort. So this is our first year that we're launching an actual orchestra, and that will be led by Kelly Schlarb and Norman Babia. So we are very excited to present that this year. Also, what's different is Micronesia Mall has really stepped up and allowed us to use so many of their available units as part of our venue for March 4 and March 11 and for the festival ensembles, because it's been really hard to find one location where we could do all the rehearsals at once. Right. It's really hard when we have to scatter them across the island and we only have like a staff of 10. Right. yeah, so we're excited.
It's definitely a huge feat. But again, as you said, and as everybody said, we're super excited, right?
We are.
Right. So I wanted to ask you too, how did you go about choosing the music for the band to perform?
Well, for my band, the LPUMS band, I just chose things that would go with our spring concert, which is classics and movie music. And then I just let everyone know. I said, look, I'm bringing a beginning level band, and we're just playing all fun stuff. And so everyone's like, oh, I think we want to do that too, because coming out of the pandemic, everyone is in a rebuilding year. Right. So for the entire festival, the artistic vision was to have fun, because music is such a part of our lives. It's part of the soundtrack of our lives. So we've got the classics through movie music.
Awesome. Well, we know you guys are doing Wipeout. I'm super excited. I cannot stop saying that. I'm so excited to hear you guys perform. But what other genres are we going to hear from the festival?
In the festival, we have everything under the sun. March 5 is the Jazz, Rock, and Beyond, where we get to feature all the music that's not included in the choir festival, which usually they stick to a lot of traditional choir music, hymns sometimes. And the bands and orchestras, they like to feature their chops by doing a lot of concert band and orchestral music, so the standards there. But with the Jazz, Rock, and Beyond, you'll get everything else under the sun. We've got ukulele bands, we've got rock bands, we've got combo bands from different schools, and we've got a couple of jazz bands. So we are so excited to feature all of our artists across the gamut of genres.
Yes, for sure. And this is from the 2nd to the 11th, correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. So I guess why did you guys decide to put it on for the 2nd to the 11th? Is it because there's so much music to showcase, especially coming out of the pandemic?
Yes. Well, first of all, it's always at the beginning of March. Sometimes we bridge into like February, but that's because it's Music in Our Schools Month. So it's not just Mes Tomorrow, it's Music in Our Schools Month, and we like to kick it off with something big. The festival actually started in 2005, and it was just a band festival, and it has grown into the largest music festival in the region, spanning every genre and every type of music ensemble that you can possibly dream of. We even have a soloist coming in from Saipan who will be playing a Chinese zither. So we've got something for everyone here at the festival.
Oh, that is so exciting. Oh my gosh. So I also wanted to ask everybody, I guess, what's the most inspiring thing that you've learned so far from being a part of a band?
Mostly it's just that it sounds so much better when you're with others, and it's just the joy of being together with others and just teamwork. It makes everything sound best, and it's just really good.
Definitely. Do you want to pursue a career in music when you get older, or even right now?
Yes, definitely. I would love to be, like one of those Foley artists in movies.
Yes,
especially one of those, yeah.
Yeah, so when they're crunching on the chips, right? Or they're like breaking celery. That's super fun. Well, I also wanted to ask you, as their teacher and as the managing director, how does it feel to instill that passion in these students? I mean, he wants to be, something that we don't even hear about all the time, people breaking celery to make noises for movies. How does that make you feel to instill so much passion in these students?
Well, it inspires me to keep going. I've been teaching band for such a long time. I've been with the festival for over a decade. And it's such hard work. We have a lot of volunteers dedicating a lot of time to it. So it just makes me want to keep going. And I hope that this festival, it was founded by Max Ronquillo, and I've been lucky to take on the reins and manage it for the last couple of years, and I'm excited to bring it into the future. And I'm so glad that my band is going to play. We faced a lot of challenges, so this year is really special to us.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for giving us this treat on a Monday. Thank you, Ontalon Middle School Band. Well, guys, don't go away, because when you guys come back, we are going to hear a live performance of Wipeout. So don't go away, okay? We'll be back. Bye!
All right, hey, everybody, Destiny Crew's the perfect person on our news team to do that interview, because she knows a thing or two about, carrying a tune, staying in key, on pitch, at tempo, and everything. She's a professional musician herself, and nobody better suited to bring you that interview, as I said, and nobody better suited to segue into the upcoming performance of what those amazing young musicians are going to have for you right after the break. Please stay tuned. You are watching The Hotspot.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
You know what? That was a really, really cool promotional spot there for the St. Baldrick's event, which is coming up again March 18th. We're going to have so much more of it here on the Hotspot, but we really hope you would consider participating, more importantly, donating and supporting the families and the children who have cancer. So more on that to come. All right, good job by our Curtis in putting that together. First time I've seen it. That's really, really cool. Speaking of support, we here at KUAM, we support the performing arts. We love it. We're a music company. We're an entertainment company. We're all about that. So we are going to go back to Untalan Middle School, where one of the coolest looking classrooms, right? Anytime you walk into the music room, they have all of those stands where you can get like your sheet music. Our Destiny Cruise is down there, and the young musicians are preparing to bring you an amazing musical performance. We're going to go to the KUAM News Zoom room momentarily, where we will show you a snippet, a smidge, a teaser, a hotspot, if you will, of what you can see at the Tumon Bay Music Festival. Again, that is going to run from March 2nd to the 11th. There's going to be a lot going on over there. Musicians of all backgrounds, of all ages, people playing all different types of genres. So fun for the entire family. Absolutely wonderful event. Please bring your children, because here now is a performance from the wonderful musicians over at Untalan Middle School. And we go back to Untalan there. I believe the home of the Tigers, is it? Yeah, over in Mingilaw. And by the way, someone who was mentioning on YouTube in the comments right now, I said I watched all 5 Rocky movies. There are actually 6 of them, but you know, maybe they'll play the Rocky theme here. Will they play Gonna Fly now? I don't know. Let's watch together and see these amazing musicians. Absolutely amazing. Yes. Bravo. Great job, Untalan Middle School. You know, and especially special hotspot KUAM shout out to the person, the young person on the drums there. I got to tell you, everybody, if you have not been in music class and you have not been first chair percussion when you have to play Wipeout, oh, that's the best feeling in the world. And this is why you need to support the arts and why we need to keep the arts in our school. So absolutely amazing job. Tumon Bay Festival, again, March 2nd, March 11th, fun for the entire family. Musicians from all walks of life bringing you amazing music. One of those musicians is a good friend of ours, Landon Idlet with the National Weather Service. We're going to check in with him, talk music, and talk some weather when the Hotspot returns.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Buenos Zenhafides. As you all know, our island's had a very successful year, and I'd love to hear about all of the progress we've made. Skylar, why don't we start with you?
We've helped over 1,200 Guam kids and their families pay for childcare.
And that's over $5.5 million in childcare costs so far. Over 130 after-school and community care programs have received grant funding for programs like swimming.
And cycling.
And soccer. And jiu-jitsu.
We've also graduated 3 cohorts
in our provider certification program at GCC.
And certified over 75 relative care providers.
Looks like we have a message incoming from headquarters.
Hi kids, I just want to say congratulations on all your successes this past year.
Thank you, Governor Lou. We couldn't have done it without you.
Keep up the great work.
He's ready for recess.
This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services.
All right, here we go. Okay, first time in 2 weeks, we are going back to the KUAM News Zoom room to bring in my friend from the National Weather Service, my friend and yours, who I'm saying, not just mine, Landon Idlet, the man with all the information, all the charts, all the maps, everything you need to know about the weather. Landon, it's been a while, man. I'm back from vacation, but it's really, really good to see you, bro.
It is likewise great to see you, and I heard you did a lot of walking, you got some sun, so it was a nice break away from news and weather. So yes, we all need that once in a while.
I don't know if you can see me right now, but like, yeah, I was out in the sun because we had wonderful weather. I look like a leather purse at this point. I'm quite I'm quite charbroiled, but you know, that's my point though, is we had amazing weather, and except for 2 mornings when it rained like temporarily and everything, fantastic weather. Please tell me that is going to persist this week.
Yeah, we're definitely looking good shape for dry weather, but if you go outside, you notice it's like just these nuisance showers, and they are prevailing out there. And let me